So we're always learning something new, and we're about to start the baubles and stripes section. I've actually already filmed it, so I'm sliding in this particular clip before you get started. So as I worked my way through this project, I knew this, but I just thought I'd do it anyway. So when you do the cluster stitches, they naturally want to go to the opposite side of the work. So we know that in this particular pattern is that 1, 3, 5, an odd number like that is the right side of the work, so it's the front side. So when you're doing those clusters that are on the right side, because the number is suggesting, because 39 is an odd number, then what happens is that the bauble or the clusters end up favoring the back side. So for example, this here is the front side of the work. Do you see those baubles? It looks okay, but if you turn it over, the baubles look amazing. So what I'm going to suggest to you, when I left you in the last video that we were just going to carry the yarn, I'm suggesting that you fasten off the work at this moment before continuing into this bauble stripes. And what we want to do is that we want to start row number 37 on the wrong side of the work. So we want to look at the back of the project when we're going to crochet it. Okay, so this will put the baubles or the cluster stitches on the right side of the work so that you see it. But when you finish this section, what I want you to do is that fasten it off and then start your next section, which will be this, okay? And we're gonna start that off so that it's proper. So remember that the odd number is the right side, the even number is the wrong side. So when we go to start up the next row, so I'm just taking a quick peek behind the scenes here. So when we go to start up this section here, it says row number 49, so that is an even number, so therefore you're looking at the good side of the work. So when you finish off the baubles, you're going to technically be on the wrong side of the project at that moment, so you're going to fasten off and then you're going to fasten on this row. So if you don't mind the way that it looks, it's up to you, but really the secret to those clusters is really on the back, and I regret that I didn't do it. So without further ado, that is my tip for you, and I will probably write my notes also in the article on the Crochet Crowd. This is something that is advice, and it's extra, and it's not written in the pattern, and etc. So that's where I'm going to leave you, and so we'll carry on with today's tutorial. Just fasten off though if you want to do it the way that I'm suggesting, and then start on the we're going to start on the wrong side for this whole thing. So wrong side, right side, wrong side, right side, and then fasten off at the end of this one, this particular section, and then start anew on the next video. Hopefully that makes any sense.
Hey, welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. It's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today is the Happy Holiday Throw, part number 4. So this time we're going to then progress to page number 2. We're going to start right here at the bottom. So we're going to do rows number 37 to 48. This is the bauble stripes. We are going to be using 3 different colors within this particular section. I decided that this one, I love this Afghan so much that the next part of my whole thing, and including the repeats, I'm going to start randomizing my colors. I am not going with the color scheme that is on this pattern in the sense that it's the same color, so I decided I'm going to be a little different. So we're going to start on page number 2, and page number 2 here, rows number 38 all the way to 41 is the repeat that we have, and then once we do that we're going to repeat it 38 to 41 one more time, and then we're going to repeat rows number 38 and 40 and finish off there, and then that's what we're going to be doing today. So without further ado, let's begin row number 37. So I'm switching off to a charcoal color for this one. So right where I left off, I just turned my work already, and I'm chaining 1, and I'm going to apply 1 single crochet in each of the stitches going all the way across. So you can see I still have to weave in this one from the last one, and I like to weave it in after the next row is complete. It's just one thing that I like to do. So 1 single crochet all the way across row number 37. I'm coming up all the way to the end, and I've just single crocheted, and we're going to turn our work and begin row number 38 next. Row number 38. So this is the start of a repeat. So when you have to come backward to repeat, this is where you're going to start. So you're going to chain up 3, which will count as the first double crochet. So you're immediately going to come into the very next one and just double crochet yourself all the way across. Nice and easy. 1 double crochet in each, and I'll see you at the end of the row, and we're going to change to the color G, whatever color that is for you. So I'll see you at the end of this row, and get ready to change your color when you get there. So as we're getting all the way to the end, we're going to be switching off to a different color. For row number 39 it says the color G is in giraffe. So what we have here is that you want to do rows number 39 and 41 to be like a color that will pop out from the background. They're both a different color, so if you really look at your Afghan, both of the bobble rows that you see in sequence are a different color each. So this is going to remain as the background, this charcoal. So let's just finish off this final one, and I have kind of an ocean blue that I want to add. I haven't put this into the Afghan yet, so this is kind of something, and so at least this set of bobbles will then jump out. Get rid of this black or charcoal color for now, and then we're going to progress into row number 39 when we come back. Let's begin number 39 and turn your work. Let's begin. And we're going to do this one. So this is row 39 whenever you have to come back to it. And we're gonna start off and we're going to start slowly. So just chain up one, and it says 1 single crochet in the first 3 stitches. So in the first 3 you're noticing that I'm going right up over top of the straggler. So 1, 2 and 3, and then we're about to start then as we're gonna continue. So we're gonna do a 5 double crochet cluster in the next stitch, and then we're gonna start the repeat from there. So to do that you're just going to wrap the hook and going into the next stitch, pull through 2 and hold it, and you want to do that a total of 5 times. That's why it's called a 5 double crochet cluster. So you're just collecting these stitches, and so when you do all 5 you should see 6 loops onto the hook. So you have your 5 that you can see, and then the 6th one is right there. So then yarn over, pull through like that. Then kind of just push it forward so it's coming towards you because you're looking at the good side of the work, and now you're going to single crochet the next 9. So this is the start of the repeat. So we're gonna do the next 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And then you're going to do that cluster again. So the 5 double crochet cluster, and then into the next one, and then the one after that, the next 9 are single crochets, and you're gonna do that all the way to the other side. And when you get to the other side, just the last few stitches will be a single crochet, and I'll cover that when we get there. So coming up to the end of the row, so I have the bobble in. There's technically 9 stitches left, which includes that turning chain. So you're just gonna single crochet in each of those, and you're gonna switch your color back to the background color, which in my case will be the charcoal. So I believe that's the color B as in Bob. So let's do that when we get there, and then we are going to turn our work and then begin row number 40 next. So let's just switch off our yarn and start the next row. So let's begin row number 40. We're just gonna chain 3, and then that counts as the first one. So starting in the very next stitch you're just going to then just double crochet yourself all the way across. So if you want to keep count just to make sure that you're doing those bobbles correctly, just make sure that you are counting. There is 9 of these before the bobble, so let's just say that. So we got 3, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and then the bobble's next. Okay, so then you have that, so the bobble's there, and then you would have another 9 and then a bobble, and etc. So do this all the way row number 40. So I'm coming to the very end of row number 40. So it's just a single, or sorry, just a double crochet row, and in the very last stitch you're gonna switch it out, and the bobbles are a different color, so there's 2 sets of different colors. So I have 1 or 2. If you'd like to make it the same, that's up to you. If you are following the pattern as written, then you may want to stick with the coloring. So we're gonna get rid of this charcoal here, and we'll deal with that later. And then we'll turn our work and then move on to the 41st row, which will then be the end of the repeat for this section. So the very first one that we're gonna start with, we're gonna just chain up 1, and we're gonna single crochet into that one plus 7 more. So it's a total of 8 single crochets in a row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. and then we're gonna do our 5 cluster. You'll see that it's almost right in between. It is pretty close, and so then it's gonna be a 5 double crochet cluster. So 1, 2, I'm gonna let that straggler fall out, 3, 4, and 5, and then pull it all together. And now going across then for the remaining of this until you get to the end is that there's gonna be 9 single crochets in a row between this one and the next one. So 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then the bobble then comes into the next one. So please do this all the way across. I'll meet you on the other side, and we'll just be finishing this up as we get on the other side. So let's just continue the same repeat, and I'll see you there in just a moment. So I'm coming up all the way to the end. There are 4 stitches left. There's, see, doubles and then a turning chain. So you're just gonna do 1 single crochet in each of those, so that will finish you off with 4, and that will conclude off the 41st row. So now we're gonna have to cycle backward, and we're going to have to continue. So in the last one, switch your color back to B. In my case it's gonna be this charcoal color when I go to do it. So let's turn our work and let's quickly review what we're going to do, and then I'm gonna leave the rest of the homework for you at this time. So let's just recap one more time, and what we're going to do is that we need to then start our repeat. So we're gonna do rows number 38 to 41. That's 4 rows. You're gonna do that one more time. Then you're gonna do 38 to 40. That's 3 rows. And so when you go to finish off in number 40, you're finishing off with the double crochet, which is this darker color right as you see. So I just finished up this section here. So remember, we repeated rows 38 to 41 once, and then we repeated rows number 38 to 40 once, and this is where we are. So the very last one, I need you to change to the color E, and let's just go back quickly to the pattern and we'll finish off today's video. So here in the pattern we're going to be jumping to the zigzag pattern next time. We just finished up row number 48, and then we're gonna do the zigzag. The zigzag is the last time that we're gonna be doing this particular concept before we start doing a massive repeat going all the way back to row number 2. So this is going to happen next time, and we'll see you, and thank you so much for joining me today.